Hello there everyone, this is Super17 here, and let me get through this like usual. I did not own these pictures. It's gonna be this picture and the other one I showed in the last video. Alright, I decided to go with this one because it actually has a person's name on it, so if you like it, go look at their stuff. I haven't, I just, don't even know. I think they may draw these and all that, so yeah. But yeah, I don't even, and this is an unpaid video. Okay, so I'm gonna get a few things out of the way. Deku died because he listened to what Bakugo said. He couldn't take it no more throughout all the years. He just held it in for so long and he became lifeless. So he just gave up, and yeah. So he listened to Bakugo. He jumped off of the school by swan diving. Dark, I know, but that's the only thing that's gonna happen. And these characters are not real. Okay. Also, the only thing I'm gonna keep like Lucifer's past a secret to Deku. Alright. I'm not bringing anything like from. I'm gonna bring like fallen angels and just demons and all that. But definitely like his brothers and sisters, Lucifer. I'm not doing none of that. Alright? Because that'll be too much, and I'm trying to stay away. I'm trying to put my own way of doing this what if without going to religion. Going to any type of like religions, like the Bible and stuff. I'm not trying to go there and look up stuff, so I'm just gonna make my what if, and yes, I'm just staying away. Put my own spin to this what if. By that I mean just basically going off of the story where I would want to go. Okay? Alright. But I am gonna have to put in though about how Lucifer will just tell him that he was cast out of heaven, he was an angel, that's it. Alright? Okay. That's all I'm gonna freaking say. And the main thing is, the reason why Deku's gonna be saved by Lucifer, because he's gonna have no deal, no contract with Deku. He's just gonna bring him back to life, and the only thing he has to do when he comes to number one hero is tell everyone that he died and he was given new life by basically by the devil, by Lucifer, and he was given a chance to become a hero. That is the main thing about this what if. Alright? So Deku's given a chance by basically Lucifer's copying his own power, and he's just giving it to Deku when he wakes up from he gets reawakened from the dead. So yeah. Alright. Just let me guys know if you like this. Also, I'm gonna give him a pet snake, because, well, why not? Alright, his appearance will be different, okay, and the appearance will be kind of like a gothic, maybe emo person. So, yeah, but he's still gonna be the same old Deku. The same person the same Deku that we know, that's like does research on quirks and all that, writes it all down, good strategist, and basically he's gonna be very OP right away, and you'll see how I'm gonna do it. So yeah, but I do hope you guys enjoy this what if. I made this what if a long time ago. I made a script for it. I recorded it, and this what if did not sound good when I read the script. So all the videos I have ever made, I have basically thought about it in my head, and then I just went from there. I just started, speaking my what ifs. So yeah, this is my 1K special, and it's what if Deku was saved by Lucifer, part 1. Okay, so as Deku is waking up, he opens his eyes and everything. As he sees he's in a black void, he doesn't know where he is. But all he can do is put his hand on his head and rub it. He goes, "Why does my head hurt so much? What happened? And how did I get here? And basically, when he looks around, he sees a gate in the distance, very far away, and it has like fire on it and chains. As he goes, wait, what's that? And then all of a sudden, he gets a flashback to what Bakugo said to him, and then he remembers going to the roof and doing what Bakugo told him, swine dive off of it. But yeah, okay, quick. I know I said it before, but want to say it again. These characters are not real, so they're fake. They're not real. They, were drawn and all that. It's an anime, so it means on TV they're not real people. Okay, back to it. As basically he remembers the fallen, being upset, and then nothing, and now this. He just says, "I bet everyone's gonna be happy I'm gone. I was quirkless after all. A useless nobody." As then all of a sudden, while he's thinking these thoughts, he starts hearing something. Chains moving, coming closer and closer to him. As he looks over in the directions they're coming from, he sees red eyes. He's not afraid. He feels nothing. He's just sitting there and waiting. As when the chains and the red eyes got closer to him, he hears the voice from whoever this is. He goes, "Human, why are you outside the gates of hell? So far away from it, actually." As Deku just says, "I don't know. I know I killed myself, so I don't know why. I ended it all." As then he hears the sound of paper being unfolded, or I should say unrolled, as he looks for a name, as he basically asks, "Your name, human?" And he says, "Izuku Midoriya." As basically, the name's not on there. He went to the eyes, and it's not on there. He goes, "You're lucky. You're not supposed to be here, or go to where I would have needed to take you. But tell me." "No, actually, don't tell me. I'll look." As he puts out his hand towards towards Deku, as he puts it on top of his head. As basically he's seeing through Deku's mind. He sees everything that happened. That he's quirkless, that he has no power. People picked on him, bullied him. He tried his hardest to want to be a hero. Everyone kept laughing at him for it. Nobody, supported him besides his mother. And it's just awful to see. As basically, this person hasn't tried his hardest to be kind, to be good to people, to not think anything bad about them by just being a general good person. As he basically can't take it anymore as he pulls his hand away from him, and he's just thinking, why is he... Doesn't matter. He's dead now. As then this person gets an idea. He says, "Well, actually, let's see if he would take it." As basically then he says, Izuku Midoriya, what happens if I can, bring you back to life with power? As he can see, this person's teeth and all, because he's grinning, as he just says, "So? It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. I gave up the moment I jumped. I don't want to become a hero. I don't want to be a villain. I don't want to go back. I just want to be like this." As for some reason, this person got angry as he grabs Deku by the shirt, pulls him up to him as he tells him, "Why are you so empty and hollow? I saw your memories. I saw the light. That you wanted to become a hero. Not just a hero. Number one. So what if you had no quirk? You could have still been a hero. In your own way. You could have become even stronger than someone with a quirk. As Deku just said, looks me in the eye and says, well, you know. You don't know how it's like to be picked on, to be bullied, to bring down by even people with no quirks, just telling you can't do anything. I tried multiple things. I tried to get my grades up. I tried every single thing. I even tried to think of different ways to actually help out heroes. And you know what the teachers always told me? No one would listen to me because I'm quirkless. And teachers are supposed to help you, right? Right? As he's just tears are starting to roll down his face. He goes, the only person that ever cared about me was my mother. I couldn't take it that she had to live with me anymore. So yeah, I don't want to go back. As basically he doesn't drop. He lowers Deku down, and he says, "Alright, this is no deal. This is not even a contract. There's no handshaking, no contract writing, no blood contract, nothing. You're going to go back to the world of the living. You got it, Izuku Midoriya, and you're going back with power. Not just any type of power or quirk. Something even stronger than that. Beyond imagination. You're going with the power from the devil himself. You're going back with the power of the devil himself." As Deku goes, wait, the devil? You mean? As he then, all of a sudden, there's light coming behind this person as he sees it. He sees horns. He sees black wings. He sees basically the face of him as he looks just like with black. He just has black hair, red eyes, and his fingernails are black too. And he just looks like a freaking, he has like chains on his pants, a normal like black shirt that's a little ripped, even a necklace with a freaking ring on it, a symbol. And no, it's not gonna be what you think. It's basically it's a symbol for life. So like an apple. And he says, I am Lucifer. I was once an angel, but was cast out of heaven. And that's all you need to know. So, I'll give you my power. More precisely, copy of my power. As in, Deku says, wait, you can do that? He goes, yes, actually. You see, I could do a lot of things, Izuku. I can copy my power. You'll have full access to it. It'll be the same amount of power I have. And I may be the devil, which I have demonic energy, or should I say power, and then I have angel energy, or power, whatever you prefer to say. You see, even though I was cast out, I still retain my angel abilities. So, I can do something like this. But there is a catch. There always is a catch to everything. But it's not what you think. I don't want your soul. I just want you to, when you do become the #1 hero, is to basically tell everyone that you died and you were brought back to life by me. That's all I want you to do. You do not have to serve anything but that. No serving my army, nothing soul related. And I won't, if you even don't, you don't have to do it right away. You can figure out how to explain it all and then tell them. And if they think you're crazy, Just show them. And and there's only one power I must tell you would not have. The power of the deal. As he goes, wait, what's that? He goes, it allows you to make deal with people. It can be amongst anything. And it can be like they owe you something later on in life. Or they owe you their soul, basically. And that could be the soul of a person or just the soul of their shoe. I don't really care. I stopped caring about people's souls a long time ago. Around 200 centuries or so. 200 years ago or something. I forget. It's been so long. And I need a vacation, so I'm coming along with you. As Deku's eyes just wide, he goes, wait, what? Sure, you're coming with me. He goes, yeah, it'll be alright. Someone will just be in charge. Oh, and plus, that way then I can get in contact with some people. So they know who you are, and they can be able to help you. Basically, it's the contracts that I have with people. Or favors, you can say. They'll assist you with your dream. I'll just have to explain it all to them. Simple as that, Izuku. Now then, as he snaps his fingers, as a bright light is glowing, he says, are you ready to come back to life with more power than anyone can ever imagine? As Deku just grabs his hand, and basically they say, good, as Deku, as basically Lucifer says, good. Now then, let us be off. Oh, and by the way, you'll get the appearance of me a little bit. Your hair will change, you'll grow horns. Smaller versions of mine, but still horns nonetheless. You'll even have my wings. And my fingernails are sharp, but you'll get it to a decent size. Also, your speed will increase, your strength will increase. Supernatural levels, of course. You must be prepared to hold back as much as possible. Understand me? As Deku nods while they're walking, he says, good. You are a smart lad, you know that? Don't let nobody tell you that you aren't. Because now, no one can. Now then, awaken Izuku Midoriya. As then all of a sudden, Deku eyes are getting, the lights getting brighter and brighter and brighter, and all of a sudden, Deku opens his eyes. He's breathing, as there's a white sheet on his, covering his face. As he's starting to hear people's voices, he hears his teachers, he hears his classmates, he hears everyone's, and they're saying they can't believe he did it. They pushed him too far. They killed him. As then Deku's just thinking, I'm alive? But there's a white sheet. That means they must have said I'm dead. As then Lucifer chimes in. And only Deku will be able to see Lucifer. And just want to say that. Deku will see Lucifer, and Lucifer can basically take over. But he won't, I will explain it more on that. That's all. I wanted to say that real quick. But yeah. As then Lucifer does say, how does it feel back in the world to live in, Midoriya? As he says, you called me Izuku before. He goes, yes, I know. I don't know if we're friends yet, so... As Deku just says, you brought me back to life. You gave me power, so just call me Izuku. He goes, alright. Everyone does think you're dead. How about we put them, or should I say, we give them a show to remember. But also, your mother may be there. So be warned. Oh, and by the way, you'll start your transformation as soon as you use my powers. Or should I say, your power now. As Deku says, alright. As then Baku's just looking at, at the sheet covering Deku. He goes, I killed him. I killed Midoriya. I can't become a hero. Not like this. As, he drops to his knees. As then all of a sudden, he sees something. I know, not just him. Everybody's seen this. As fire is starting to come out of the ground, going around Deku. As basically, it just shoots up. As Deku's just... the fire shoots up, bringing Deku up. As it's just making him rise. As basically, he just... while this is happening, while he's having the fire make him rise up from the ground, basically his it's bringing him slowly, like his back and his head up, and it's like his arms are like down, like hanging from it, as it's just making him rise slowly as the sheets falling off. Everyone's seeing that Deku like changed. His hair is black. He has horns. As they even see his fingernails have grown a little, even they become black. As everyone's freaking out over this, but when Deku's standing on his feet, when he opens his eyes are just red. Sorry about that, everyone. As everyone's even freaking out more, as Deku just cracks his neck, side to side, as he says, "Who knew jumping would have caused this to actually happen? My quirk activated." Interesting. As basically he looks at all the classmates, as he just waves hello to them, all casual like. And, his classmates and not everyone that's outside. As then he looks over to where he sees the police officers, the paramedics, a hero or two, and even his own mother, who's there. As basically there was like a ring of fire, and that's how it was made him rise. As it's starting to disappear, as then he walks through it. As his mom and no one else can believe it, as he just walks and disappears, and then reappears near his mother. As he goes, "Hello, Mom. I'm back." And she goes, "Is it okay? They said you were dead." "Of course. I mean, how else do you... Well, of course, anyone would have died from jumping like that. But, lucky for me." As the Deku, while he was rising, he thought he should just make up a lie. And then, Lucifer did tell him he does have a quirk doctor that he can get in contact with to make him fake paperwork. As saying you were doing experimentation on him. Like, the quirk doctor heard as you went to him, as he asked if you can double check something. As then, they'll say like, oh, he had a quirk, but it only could activate when he died or was near death. And it'll take a couple of minutes or so to work. Around 20 to 30. Of course, he may be in a actual police building or a morgue or just at the place where he died. Depends on where he basically was killed or he did what he did. So yeah. As he just tells his mom, he says, "Mom, I didn't want to tell you because you would have worried too much about me, but I think I should. I had a quirk that activated when I died. And I've been going to a quirk doctor to basically, get it all checked out." And Inko is shocked by this. She goes, "Why you didn't tell me?" He goes, "Because you would have basically freaked out, watched me carefully, and even go to lengths to make sure I do not feel what I felt. Depression and thoughts that would have made you upset. I'm sorry, but, I had to basically keep it a secret." As this is kind of like a Lucifer influence, you know. He's talking like that to her, and she goes, "Okay, but you're speaking differently than what you did." He goes, "Oh, my apologies. How's that?" And she goes, "Much better." He goes, "All right, so allow me to explain more. Actually, I need to call up the doctor. I promised him I would call him as soon as my quirk activated." As Deku calls the doctor, well, as he like gets out his phone, as basically Lucifer said, "I did the liberty of changing your phone a little bit. Weird. It's something I can do. Don't worry about it. Don't put too much thought into it. It just happens." He has a list of all these different numbers, as Lucifer does explain to him while he's looking through it, and he says, look up Dr. Tension. Yeah. Yeah, it was just the name of the person I did. I don't know why, I just said like Tension. Yeah, I'm gonna change it now. So, he basically calls up the court doctor, Dr. Math. Sure. Give me a minute. As basically calls up Dr. Shura. I just was trying to think of something, and I thought that would be the best name. So Dr. Shura, as he answers, he goes, "Ah, Midoriya, you called." He goes, "Yes." As then he says, "All right, did it work?" He goes, "It activated." "How does it feel?" He goes, "Well, I got horns, my eyes are red, and my fingernails are a little bit sharper than usual, and they're black." And he goes, "Ah, anything else?" And he goes, "Yes, I feel a lot of power. I'm able to have fire. I technically have wings. I feel them actually." As he starts describing everything he feels a lot more stronger and faster. As basically, he just says, "What? Well, we need to come up with a name for your quirk." As basically, he says, "Do you mind if I put you on speakerphone with so my mom can hear us talk?" As he goes, "Oh, sure." As Deku puts on speaker, he says, "Miss Midoriya, I am Dr. Shura. I am," and she goes, "Wait," and she was like kind of shocked because she heard that name. She goes, "Wait, the famous court doctor?" She goes, "Yes, actually, your son has a rare case. Even though he told me his story, it seemed that he did have a quirk, but we couldn't sense it. I had to have a frequency on one of my machines to even detect it. It's a very strange quirk. It was different. It seemed like it had multiple properties to it. So, and many of them seem to be, well, something out of folklores. So, I've been trying, when he got activated, I need to see what he has. Or should I say what he can describe it as. He told me, as you heard, he feels like he has wings. Midoriya, can you please take off your jacket and show your mother?" As he basically does, as though when he does, the wings like just pop out. Like he takes off his jacket and just the wings just pop out right there and there, as everyone sees it. As he asks Inko to basically describe it, as they said they're black wings. As he just says, "Alright, so you can summon fire, you have wings, you probably have super strength and super speed, I'm assuming." As Deku says, "Yeah, actually, I'm able to move real quick and I feel a lot stronger too." As then Deku just asks the police officer nearby if he can just lift up the car a little bit. As he does, and he does it with ease. He goes, "Yep, super strength." He goes, "Alright, so we're just gonna call your quirk Devil. That's all." And he goes, "Really?" He goes, "Yes. I'll just have the paperwork done since you already signed it. We did it, remember, ahead of time." As basically, this is one of Lucifer's contacts. as he's working, as he told everyone that works for him, and he has contacts all over the world. So they all will help out Midoriya, as they all say that is a rough life, and that he wants to become a number one hero. And some did joke about Lucifer going soft, as he just says it doesn't matter. I'm gonna stay around for a little bit, and yeah, I'm taking a vacation. Basically, he says, as they all laughed and says, "Who knew the devil needed a vacation?" As he just says, "Hey, we all gotta start somewhere in life, right? I just need a break." And they understand that. So after that happens and all, his mom is shocked about this. And then he does ask him one final thing. Do you feel like any blood loss or broken bones or nothing? Like anything else like that? Not I meant. As Deku says, actually no. Don't feel anything. No broken bones, limbs, lungs punctured, anything like that. Fall could do that. So, as he says, alright, we're gonna have to do a test on what he can do. Maybe. Just send me or you can just text me a list of it, but right now, your quirk is called Devil, and you can figure it out later. Oh, and Izuku Midoriya, he goes, yes? You finally have your quirk. You can finally become a hero. Do your best, my boy. And show them all what a true hero looks like. Because heroes are not made or forged, or even broken, or even destined to become heroes. Nobody knows. It is decision to take that first step. It is your decision to become a hero. Heroes are made because they chose to do what they do. Even the most broken person in the world can become one. And show them the type of hero that you are. As he says, thank you, Dr. Shura. As, they hang up, and he goes just aside that her baby boy has a quirk. As the paramedics, does come over to Deku and check it out, and he's right. They heard that, he said he felt fine. As, he does check the rib cage and everything else, as nothing's broken. But he does tell that he should probably go to the hospital to get a double check, but he says, I'm fine. Really? And he says, alright, well, now, your quirk is very weird just to activate on death, but hey, plenty of weird things happen. I'm not gonna argue with that. So, after when he closes his wings, and he puts back on his jacket, everyone's shocked by they just suddenly disappear. As basically then, the principal of his school tells Deku he just says, Midoriya. He just says, yes, principal, you can take a couple of days off if you want. It's alright. As he says, I'm gonna take you up on that offer. So, he does. So he goes home, he relaxes, Lucifer tells him all the abilities he has, and basically there's way too many. So let's just say he has fire, he has ice, he has shadow manipulation. He basically, has ability to fly. He can read people's minds. He can mind control people and do what he wants, or he can basically have them tell him what he wants. He can even go through people's memories. He can do a lot. So there's infinite possibilities I can do with this. Alright, and you're gonna all see that in the continuation of these videos if you guys like it. But yeah, anyways. So after a couple of days, Deku, is about to go to school the next day, and he basically Deku goes to school, As basically, when he gets this, everyone's looking at him while he's walking. Deku's not wearing his normal like school uniform at all. He just says, "I'm just probably gonna leave right then and there. As soon as I walk in, everyone's gonna look at me, start calling me names or something, like I was a stupid idiot or something. And I'm just gonna walk out and just spend the whole entire day in the city." As the outfit he's wearing looks like this, and that he has that chain with him. So, yeah, basically he has the hood on. He has the hood without the horns. This was the picture I was talking about that I said I do not own. But yeah, if you're worried about the snake, that snake is coming in. All right, so these horns are a little bit shorter. Is when Lucifer takes over, the horns will be this actual size. So yeah. Alright, okay, back to it. As he's like noticing some people, some girls that his age are kind of looking at him weirdly, as he just says in his head says, "Lucifer." He goes, "Yes, Shizuku. Why are the girls from different schools and some from my school are looking at me like put their faces already?" He goes, "Oh, I forgot to mention, you have my charming good looks now, so, you did change. I did kind of help whenever I told you to train a little bit to get your body, and then all of a sudden you suddenly got muscular real quick. Because, yeah, that's because of me. And you did get a little bit of my good looks, so people, well, females are gonna be attracted to you." And he goes, "Oh great, that smells like trouble." As Lucifer just laughs this, yes it does, but be warned, it's not gonna be just trouble. It's gonna be a whole boatload of trouble, Izuku. And I am not sorry, because I'm gonna watch every single minute of this. As Deku says, "You're just gonna enjoy my suffering." He goes, "Of course." It's like seeing a front row seat to a movie that's gonna be played out, and I'm gonna enjoy every single moment of it. And he goes, for a guy who acts all nice and who's an actual devil, he can be a real jerk sometimes. He goes, "Well, you just said it. I'm the devil. Of course I am." But Deku just laughs to himself. He goes, "But hey, I should have realized that since I saw how you looked. As you said, I wasn't get somewhat of your appearance." And he does say your face. And Deku says, "And I looked in the mirror plenty of times, and my mom did say I got a lot more handsome. So it can work out." So yeah, as Deku gets to his school, everyone's looking at him. Deku has hearing, like his hearing's a lot more better, so he basically hears that he'll say, "It's Izuku Midoriya. I can't believe he's actually coming back. I thought he would have not come to school, been homeschooled." And Deku remembers his mom actually saying, asked him if he wanted to, and he just said no. There's no point in running away from it. It happened. So what? Deku, after a very long time, feels at peace with himself. He's still quirkless, but he has power. And he's not happy that he has power. He's happy that it doesn't matter what people say anymore now. Because he's back. He realized what he'd done was really, really dumb. But he accepted that he did it. And he can't stop. But stop to say he doesn't regret it. But at the same time, he does. As Lucifer did chime in and says, "That is understandable, Midoriya. Izuku. It really is. Most people don't realize what they had until they lost it. You, on the other hand, are empty. You're broken. And I'm giving you a chance. And I promise you this. Nothing will ever happen. as he does this, and also you gotta heal. You got a superhuman regeneration. Even an organ is lost, you'll heal from, including your heart. But you won't heal from a head. You know, your head being chopped off, and that's why you technically got skin as that's very, very hard to cut with. And the only thing that can pierce you is a holy weapon. But since angels won't be coming down to Earth, which they haven't come down in about 1,000,000 years or so, they gave up on coming down and all that. So, yeah, as Deku says, well, that's good. I don't have to get any fight with any angels. But he does say, well, there are occasional few demons that do leave hell and fallen angels that do try to do some mean or try to do some good work. And he goes, wait, what? Demons try to do good? He goes, yeah. I mean, not all demons are mean. Some were just sent there because well, they couldn't get into heaven. But I mean, it's only a few, like 1%, and they usually are killed off anyway. So, yeah. As then Deku says, "You're just joking with me." He goes, "You figured it out already?" He goes, yeah, but no, seriously though, fallen angels, watch out for them. They're weaker than they're a little bit weaker than angels, but still, don't draw attention to yourself with them. You don't want the hassle right now, since you're still trying to get your body's still trying to adjust to all this new power. And Deku says, "All right." So, while they were talking, he was basically walking to his classroom. As when he opens up the door, everyone looks at him. As he says, "Alright, here comes the insults and the names." And basically, nothing happens. And he goes, "Wow, that's really weird." As he feels their guilt, their fear. As he goes, "So this is what you feel, and what you can sense every day." And basically, hell. He goes, "Yes, actually. You get used to it over time, Midoriya." He goes, "Izuku." "Yes, Izuku. Sorry. It's, He goes, "I understand." So he closes the door and walks in. As the teacher doesn't say nothing to him, as he just thinks, I don't have to pay attention to class anymore. As then Deku just laughs and says, "Of course I do." As then Lucifer does say, remember what I told you?" He goes, "Oh yeah, about my powers." He goes, "Perfect memory." And he goes, "Oh, okay. So basically I can remember everything." He goes, "Yes, even look for your memories." So basically anything you hear, you can basically use that also to your advantage to then always win a conversation. It was basically Deku has an evil grin on his face. Just saying, that means a lot of conversations are going to go my way. Yeah. So, everyone doesn't even talk to Deku at all. No one comes over to him. And basically, Deku didn't even have his bag with him. So, yeah, the teacher doesn't even tell him about the dress code at all. He just came in with a black hoodie on, with basically something around his arm, say like a freaking spike bracelet that goes around his arm, basically. He actually had some. He basically bought a necklace. He bought a couple of freaking rings. He even got his ears pierced. And basically, it's just like dragon ear piercings. Rings are just like normal ones, and it kind of goes like over 5 of his fingers. As basically he thought about it is he did think he could probably manipulate the material of the ring to make it into something. As then Lucifer did tell him while he was buying them, he could. You have a lot of power. That means you have basically almost as big as anyone else in this world. So yeah. Just know, with this power, it is quite dangerous, so you have to be careful on what you want to use. As he goes, alright. So, after the lessons and all, Deku kind of just listens and writes stuff down. And he doesn't even have any lunch money. I mean, he has money for lunch. So, when it's lunchtime, Deku goes to the cafeteria, gets lunch, and then, while we're gonna go back to his classroom, because while he was on the way, the teacher said we need people to go go to Midoriya and make sure he doesn't do anything like he did a couple of days ago, as nobody really wants to go up and go look, be with Midoriya, because after what they've done to him all the time, as only two girls would say they'll go. One is Kagome. Yes, I know. It's just a different person. It's not that. That was in the script that I had written in, and her, Kagome is they're like a popular girl, as then there is her best friend. Mm, give me a minute. Wait, no. Yeah, that's her best friend. Let's say Molly. Yeah, they said they'll go and be with Midoriya and watch him. So they he said he just said he's gonna go to the cafeteria to the teacher. As when they get to the cafeteria, they see him get his lunch, but then he's going to the roof. As they realize they think he's gonna do something stupid, as they rush over to him, basically, and asked where he's going. He said he forgot something up there, and he's just gonna go and get it. So, they follow him all the way up, as then he goes up to the roof and he sees his bag and his old shoes, because he bought boots, just like in this picture. So yeah, also I think he bought a hoodie somewhat similar to that, the way in the picture too. So, yeah, as he just says, nice view, huh? As they go, don't joke around. And he just says, what? Because of what happened a couple of days ago? Whatever. And Kagome says, how can you make a joke about that? But it's because it's over and done with. It happened. Jeez. As he has a smile. And basically, he walks over, sits down right against the fence, and just starts eating. As they eat with him, and he just says, so the principal asked anyone in my classroom he asked the teacher, and the teacher asked anyone in the classroom to come over and watch me and make sure I don't do anything stupid. As they say yes. And he goes, Kagome and Melissa. One popular girl and her best friend. Why you guys, volunteered? Is it because of my good looks now? I'm good looking because I have a quirk? Don't make me laugh. As they go, no, because we're genuinely concerned. As Deku's feeling their emotion, as he actually feels their worry and concern for him, as he he basically stops being the jerk attitude and says, my apologies, it's just after everyone treated me the way that they did, I don't have very good trust in anyone here. As they both say, we understand that. And then he even says, not even you two, as he does remember what they did to him, which was he did ask one of them out, as he doesn't remember who, because it was a bad day for him. Because of that, he did ask them one of them out during the school year, as they said, why would they ever date a quirkless loser, as that did hurt him a lot. As they apologize, and he goes, wait, I asked out both of you? As they just say, it was after, Melissa said no to you, and then I said no to you. You came over to me after that. As he goes, Wow. It must have been really pathetic back then. As, he just now remembers it. So, yeah. So, they start chatting with him. They ask how much power, what does his quirk like? As he just tells them, I have like way too much. There's so much I can do. As basically he shows a few things. He shows fire, as basically he increases the heat to go like from red to blue to black to green to white and even to purple. As they go like, that's amazing. And then he shows them shadow manipulation. They already saw his wings. He says he has like some form of telekinesis. Obviously, there's like a piece of metal barring that was just there on the roof. As basically he lifts it up and starts twisting his fingers around it, and it just starts bending. As he even says he can even read their minds and read people's emotions. He can even sense the presence of people's souls. So it helps. As I say, and then he says that that's all I can tell you because there's way too many abilities I have. As they say, that's kind of crazy. He goes, and then Melissa says, only from one quirk? And he goes, yeah, pretty impressive, right? He just smile and say, and they say yes. As he just says, also, it also gives me some good looks. Even changed my appearance and body. As they go like, wait, what? He goes, yeah, I only worked out a couple of hours a day, and I just got way more muscles and shredded. As they just think about it, and their faces go red, he just starts laughing. He goes, "You two never had a boyfriend, did you?" As their faces go even redder as they try to defend themselves, but they go like, "Yeah, yes, we did. We had boyfriends before." He goes, "Then name one." As they go, as basically, he says, you had none. Wow. Wait, are you two dated? As they say, no! We're just friends. And he goes, wow. The popular girl in school never had a boyfriend before, and her best friend, who's actually equal in hotness, never had a boyfriend before. As they go red, even brighter, as he goes, and I'm not even flirting with you girls. I'm just speaking the truth. Why do you think I asked you girls out? Girls have both good personalities, good traits. You said even though I was always cautious, I always did kind of listen in, not on purpose, but I always listened in to people because I had no one to talk to. Just trying to hear what the word was around school, trying to keep my head down and being safe and all that, so that way I didn't bump into Bakugo. As their eyes just are shocked because he always says Kachan. They say, what about Ka? And they say, no, I'll never call him that again. Not after what he said to me. But I should be grateful to him actually. He's the one who told me to jump, and it gave me more power than anyone could ever imagine. It finally helped me activate my quirk. I didn't really think it would have worked like that. No quirk would, but that was my doctor Sura, told me it was the only way. Death. So it worked out in the end. As he takes out his phone as he looks at the time. And his phone is cracked, but it still is able to work in condition. As he goes, we have to get this fixed, but whatever. So, he looks at the time, he says, well, let's get back. And basically he grabs basically his sneakers and his bag, and he starts walking. All three of them start walking back to class. As then Deku just says to them, even after you guys rejected me and hurt me real badly, I couldn't stop feeling, like I wanted to be with you two. Well, either one of you, actually. But I already know it's impossible. So don't worry, I'm not gonna ask you girls out again. As that's kind of upsetting to them a little. As you can feel their sadness. And he goes, why are you too sad? As they said, well, after we said no, we talked to each other about it, and we kind of made a list of things about you. And he goes, wait, what? And he stopped there and looked at him. He goes, wait, what? You made a list of me? A list about what? What was my good traits and what were my bad? As they say, yeah, and we kind of still have it. We were gonna show you and apologize and all that the day where you, as he goes, jumped. Yeah, I know. As they show him it, as he sees all the tally marks, one says good traits and one says bad. There's only one, and there's like so many good. As he goes, wait, let me guess, the only one is quirkless as a bad trait. As they nod their heads, as he sees about not 60 but around 25 traits, tally marks in good. And he goes, wow. As they say, we have paid attention to you, and you do try your hardest. That was one of them. You aren't physically fit, but you still give it your all. So we put that as a good instead of a bad, and we just kept on figuring out more and more as we figure out we may or may not have a crush on you. As he goes, wait. As basically Lucifer's basically says, just focus on their feelings. Basically he's starting to see something. He's seeing like how they truly feel, as basically when he didn't have no power, these girls actually realized they made a huge mistake and they did like him in that way. And they did not realize it. And that just shocked him, as he goes, so you two actually had a crush on me. And you guys didn't know how a crush was, as their faces are bright red as they nod their heads. And he just laughs. He goes, well, it doesn't matter. As they're like a little upset, he goes, so it doesn't matter right now. So how about this? We get to know each other first, and then we'll see where it goes. Alright? If I fall in love with someone else, Yours okay with that? As they nod their heads. Gomez says, I'm fine with that. Even Melissa says, I'm fine with that. And they both say exactly at the same time, if you choose either one of us, we'll be okay with it. And he goes, alright. So yeah, and this is like the day of the anime, so a lot of stuff happened. Like, a lot of stuff did happen. Like, the sludge villains, that never happened though. All that. So next Deku does start his training during the 10 months. He even studies a lot. Just because, he did. And he keeps his grades up. As basically, he hangs out with Melissa and Kagome. And turns out all three of them have a lot in common. Well, both of them have a lot in common with Deku. And Deku has a lot in common with both of them. And it's kind of getting really hard. You have to even choose one. So, he still liked them. And he still had crushes on them, but he had to choose one. But he's waiting until they're not going to go into UA, so they're saying they can wait as long as they need to. We'll hang out wherever we can. We won't be with anyone until you tell us what's your decision. So yeah, that was during the 5th month, as he does go see about Dagobah Beach, as basically when he gets there, it's all trash still, because All Might did not let's say he chose somebody else besides Bakugo or Mirio. Let's say he chose Kirishima. Yeah, because I like Kirishima. So yeah, and he's basically, they work on his muscles more at the gym, and they're going to go to the Dagobah beach first, so that way it'll help out a little bit more. But Deku just clears it out in a freaking day. Basically, hellfire everywhere. By that I mean just on the freaking trash. Basically, burn it to a crisp. Well, burn it to ashes. And then he controlled the wind to make the ashes blow in the wind. As basically he says, well, that was easy. And Lucifer congratulated on him. So yeah. But, Millicent Kagome did give them his number, as, he has them. And he just tells them, we'll hang out more. And they said they're going to try and get into a regular high school, because their courts aren't good for hero work, so. But he did tell them try to get into support class or general studies. As they said, we'll think about it. As he does say, it'll be great to talk to you guys more then, and we can get to know each other more. As they, smile and say, okay. They already know a lot about him. And he still is an All Might fan. So yeah. As he does write down their quirks, and it's just, I want them to be there so that way, just in case if you guys want me to ship them with him, or, I don't know, him with someone else. But yeah, anyways. So, after, the 10 months are up, he gets to the UA. He, basically leaves his home, he goes to UA, his mom did, say she'll be cheering him on. I just thanks. So, when he gets to UA, he doesn't trip, he doesn't meet Uraraka yet, as he does one thing. He gets into the rim portion, he aces it. Then he waits for President Mike, he does his explanation and all that. I know I'm kind of rushing because I don't know how much longer I have left on it, and yeah. As though Ida then opens up his mouth, and then Deku shuts it though. It makes him sit down, and then he tells President Mike to continue on. He basically stopped this boy from talking. As President Mike says, well, you didn't need to do that, but thank you. As, he talks about the 0-pointer. Ida's about to say, he makes his mouth unclose as Ida's about to say something, and he just points his finger and says, shh. And that made Ida mad. So, for the combat portion, he's just looking around, seeing people, and then he feels uneasiness and fear and worry. So he looks over to where Uraraka is, as he basically walking over all casual as Ida's about to do something, because he thinks, oh, he's gonna, distract her, as then Deku just suddenly kind of just look over to where Ida is and kind of just move them to the side as Ida goes that way. As he's saying, what's going on? As he's looking at Deku, he goes, what type of quirk does he have? So yeah, as Deku goes over to Uraraka, as he says, are you alright? She says, I'm just nervous and all, as he says some encouraging words, and he even asks her what quirk is, as in, he talks about it. And so, yeah. Sorry, everyone, give me a minute. Alright, back. But, he just tells her, it'll be alright, and if you need my help, you can just call. As she says, thanks. So, yeah, after that, President Mike says, there's no, race that go when there's a real hero, when there's a real fight happening. So when those doors open, just go. But then, so after that, the doors do start opening as Deku just casually walks right through the crack. And then all of a sudden, he just blitzes really quickly. As multiple robots are being destroyed instantly. He doesn't even do nothing. He just basically just do a casual jog. And just boom, 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 boom. Robots are being destroyed. And it's only in a few seconds. He has about already 150 points, which shocked everyone, even All Might. and Nezu. Let's just say Eraserhead is there too. As then, Deku does. After in 15 minutes, he has around 400 points. He stops. He basically just kind of casually just walks out the building, because why not? As multiple people are seeing this, including Eraserhead, All Might, and Nezu, which is kind of shocking for them. So when he gets up to the building, he just basically just staring out into the distance, kind of surveilling the area, and then he sees the 3-pointer. Not the 3-pointer, then he sees the 0-pointer, because Nezu thought, it's about time we do that, since the time is almost up, because Deku's waiting for like another 20 minutes, then the 0-point comes out, as it's close by him, so he jumps down, he walks over to where everyone's running away from, as, he goes past through an alleyway, then he goes past a couple of people, and then Ito runs by him, as then he hears somebody's fear, as he remembers it. It's Uraraka. She told him his name, and he told him his name to her, as he sees her. And basically, all of a sudden, Deku just snaps his finger, and the rubble just bursts off of her. As then he just puts out his hand, and he just stops the 0-pointer instantly. As he just starts squeezing his hand and crushing it, as it started to turn to a ball, and just crushing even like his fist even harder and harder, as it just gets smaller and smaller, and then he lets go, and it just turns to a little ball. As he then walks over to Uraraka, when he gets over there, he asks her if she's alright. She says she just sprained her ankle, as then he basically just touches her ankle, and then suddenly there's a glow to his hand, and then he just says, "You're alright now. You can get up." As she gets up, she's able to walk on it, and she goes, "How did you?" He goes, "It's a part of my quirk. I'll see you in UA if you get in. Bye." As then the timer's off, timer's out, as Perismai says, "Alright, everyone, that is it." So, yeah. So, after a couple of days, Izuku gets his letter, as then he says he got the type score in the UA history, in the written, and in the combat portion. So, he got in UA. His mom is proud, as he then, Lucifer tells him he needs to tell his mother something. He needs to tell his mother about his power and all that. And he's going to have company coming soon, so he needs to, basically tell her now. But that is where we're ending it off, people. I'm sorry for if it's like so short or not really. But I do hope you guys enjoy it, and you guys be safe and all that. And wherever you guys are, if it's nighttime or daytime, just enjoy this video. Listen to the entire thing, then write your comment down. Alright? Bye, everyone.